Hello everyone, tonight we're going to be doing some more Sims 3. Need to hopefully close out the season and relatively soon. So I'm thinking my goal for tonight is going to be probably like 5 in-game days and getting Quentin up to level 6 of the inventing skill. However, there is one thing that I need to do in Edit Town. And I think this is gonna be quicker than the alternative of me remodeling this particular lot. So let's just say that, like, Stanley gave up on his essentially passion project because most of the funds that were coming from running that resort were just going right back into building up the resort. And like there were some, like, I checked the error logs and apparently there were some glitches happening with that place. Whether they're related to the crashes or not, who knows. I know there was one last time that I streamed this, that's why I was checking the logs, was to see if maybe I could figure something out towards fixing the crashes. But I'm just gonna say that, Stanley gave up on that whole project, and the same guy that came in and built the entire, like, entertainment district over here. Or bought it from him and just promptly closed it down. We can do laundry at home now because we have a washer and dryer at home. After almost 3 generations. And it should be getting done with work soon. Let me actually double check the exact wording on idle careers. See what it says vis-a-vis the acrobat career. Guess we ultimately don't even need this thing anymore. Or, I mean, it's junk. You can't sell it. Scroll to the right section. Is this guy here? Okay, your heir won't make much effort in their career. Don't learn any skills, read any books, or do any opportunities for the career. If you rolled a career that will level its skill just by working at all, such as artist, you're allowed to learn only 2 skill levels per week. So I'm gonna say that's for the acrobat career. That means that you can only earn 2 levels of the hidden acrobat skill per week. So once this ticks over to being 7 days, James will switch over to being an acrobat. I guess we'll just send him out to play, to do tricks for tips. Because you can't really say he plays for tips, because that implies he's playing an instrument. Like, technically, stuff like the singergrams for the singer career, I'm pretty sure would count as opportunities, so there's an equivalent, like basically if he uses the, I would say if it takes up, for instance, a career, the career opportunity slot, it's definitely classified as an opportunity. Really, I think singergrams might actually use the same framework as stuff like the stylist. Those jobs. So maybe we could do those just fine. Fine if there's an equivalent for the acrobat. It's mainly like, I've played an acrobat maybe once. Usually when I go for Showtime careers, I go for either musician or maybe singer. Well, not musician, magician. And it's been quite a while since I did anything with Showtime, so It's Tuesday, so it then has school and work. Works I probably won't be getting any inventing on today. Most of his inventing time will be these next 2 days. And Wednesday and Tuesday, because he's got those days off from work, and he's even got Tuesday off from school. We can even head out early. Dude, can you stop making noises? Just standing outside. Like, surely there's something better you could be doing. You're a zombie. Go do zombie things. Don't just stand directly outside my house at the exact spot you spawned in at, making zombie noises. But you know, he's not even a zombie, so you can just go on home. And there he goes, just vanishing into thin air. Those technically, like, probably actually should have been having James stick with these careers until it says 8 days. Then, you know, no, because, like, it would be a week since he started, or from the time that he started the career. Just turned off my microphone because I thought I felt the sneeze coming on, but nope. Seems like they got too rough with their outdoor pillow fight. Right, we're reaching the point that happens on most weekdays where it's just Davis. And he wants to upgrade something, so maybe he can. Let me give him the option to replace the toilet. It's not broken. Oh, we can fast forward a little bit while Davis hammers the toilet. For a few hours. Yeah, somehow that's gonna make it self-cleaning. You know, just hit it with a hammer a few times. That'll get it to clean itself. Just like beat it until it ceases to allow itself to be stinky. Alright, so the lost sneeze count is up to 2 now. Apparently old Randy got stuck somewhere. Did you not finish the upgrade? Yeah, apparently he stopped at 94%. Then because he needed to use the toilet. Hey, we've still got some time before anyone else is home. So. Yeah, Quentin probably should have been working on his late homework this entire time. Yeah, sure, you can go to Ann MacDuff's after school. Well, just as long as you go to work. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about field trip. Granted, like, but it's not enrolled in any extracurriculars, so you don't have to worry about that. But there is, but you know, for him to be able to maximize his time working as an inventing. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Have myself a little snack, but man, this thing this congested make trying to eat much more of a chore than usual all at times. I think it's because my mouth is kind of my most viable breathing orifice right now. You know, so um, half the time it's like I just spent the last few minutes feeling like I had to rush through eating some trail mix and not suffocate. He was like, well, I can't because it's like, well, my nose is stopped up, my mouth is full of food. Dude, so there's nothing I can particularly do to breathe. Even until I'm done chewing, I guess. Which is interesting because, like, I did not seem to have the same problem just drinking a glass of water. Maybe like drinking is a more passive activity in terms of the use of the muscles or something. Alright, so my successful sneeze count is now tied with my lost sneeze count. And at least. Okay, so that's good. Only really had a positive impact on my sinuses very briefly, but
Kenzu Bazanuti, Mezel Lestone. Odate, Tikuv Lam, Quirk. Closer. Oscar Macinda. Nazi not.
Is off to work. Because I figured I would let him hang out until he needed to go to work.
Mi anda paz.
So it looks like it'll probably be tomorrow when James is ready to become an acrobat for the span of a week. Because, like, technically, he can only actively work until he gains 2 levels in the hidden acrobat skill. But in addition to whatever tips he makes, he's gonna get at least 1 stipend. Granted, you know, the stipend for a level 1 acrobat is probably not gonna be a whole lot. Let me just see what Avis. Avis, you idiot. Oh, these are... These aren't even... Like, these random children just ran in here. None of the... You know, this is a firefighter. These 4 other people just kind of showed up. Under the great logic of, yes, there's a burning building here. Let's run into it to scream at the fire. And now they're not going home. Ask everyone to leave. Because they shouldn't have been here in the first place. These random children are now just sitting on our floor doing homework. Because they just kind of decided, yeah, let's run into the burning building. Hey, y'all better be going home. Okay, good. Looks like Davis is working on something that doesn't involve the stove. So, for once the stove didn't burn. Wait, no, it did. We just were able to pay for it this once. I'm just out of it enough to forget the small thing that I just did. But, you know, we cannot pay to replace our stove a second time in a row. But you know, Davis could upgrade it to be fireproof. He wants to upgrade 5 objects and he knows how to do that upgrade. So maybe he can do that tomorrow while... Potentially the rest of the household is out and about. Yeah, I guess... Because James will be out doing his acrobat thing. I also need to keep an especially close eye on James when he's doing his acrobatics because he could gain... I don't know if it has, like... Make a notification every time a level in the acrobatic skill is gained. We're asking him at 11:30 on a school night. No. He needs to get his sleep. So that he can head to school in the morning. And you should also be getting your sleep. Deep Sadie. Now we fast forward through the night until somebody wakes up. May have James actually a little bit early so that he's time to actually quit his job before he starts running off to go do the job. Magician, ghost hunter, or daycare, firefighter, stylist, singer. Acrobat's not here. Just let me double check to make sure the acrobat is the right job. Yep. Acrobat followed by ghost hunting. Guess we can send him to the library to use a computer, see if that comes up with... the specific profession he needs. Like, I put down all of the necessary... Like, I put down all of the building types that could possibly be needed. Not to mention, you know, they should all be shared. If that even matters, it should be a shared requirement with the rest of the Showtime careers, and both of the other two are there. James is having to walk over to the library 5 a.m. to try and become an acrobat. I'm not even entirely sure if using a computer will actually make a difference. Yes, it will make a difference, except Acrobat still isn't here. This time, like, it just expanded to have architectural designer and investigator. Neither of those are what I'm looking for. Can I talk to the proprietor at one of the venues? Use and get the job that way? This is a bit of an issue. Like, I don't know what other options there are for joining Showtime. In careers other than... There's a proprietor. Seems he's hungry, so he's gonna get some pie first. No, you're not going into the science lab. I'm not seeing any option to join any careers. I'm maybe have to introduce myself to the proprietor. You're not going into the science lab. You're not supposed to be working there anymore.
Oh, Zebby Wonk.
Way, huh? Wabba! Oh, George Hagley! What? Largo.
Ask to join performance career. There we go. Join acrobat career.
Chorgle, welcome Yarka Zappo.
Bonky.
Because like this is the least straightforward option for joining these careers.
Barzo, what gosh, get
Non-sorn.
Oh yeah, we've got to come up with a stage name. The default to Grant Cartwheels. The next option is Soft Body Bender. Jorge the Elastic. Irritable Bindy Straw. Daniel Spins. Serial Rolsovich. Wrigley the Spider. Dane like Rubber. For its feet. Flyer Threadbare. Grant the Noticeable. Mask the Ovoid. The Old Bones Rolsovich. I mean, he is about to be an elder, so you know what? Let's go for it. You can go off to the park to perform for tips. And then you're supposed to be at school. Like, I know you may be concerned because you don't know where your dad is, because he went off in the wee hours of the morning, learning to become an acrobat. But, you know, you need to go to school. Don't just immediately go home, idiot. You need to start performing for tips.
Devosh, now look out! Where are ya?
He made $10. Even though he just felt... Actually, you know, he may have just fallen flat on his face, but it happened after he got the tip, so... Was that failure? Like you failed to pierce your own imaginary barrier. Which, I mean, to be fair, that is quite the failure. If you genuinely fail to do that, because, you know, it's in your own head.
Sure dog. Narsa. Oh. Snore. Oh, Zuna. Chisma.
Them gals.
Man, he's really bad at this wind trick. Which, it'll just be improved grades now. I'm not too worried about that. And he's gonna have to spend some time relaxing after he gets done with class today. Which at least he's got the day off from work.
That's nice.
Certainly some interesting background music doing it for or miming. Thing, which I mean, you know, like the number of music tracks that are available to play on in-game radios are going to be very finite. Because, as you know, to avoid copyright issues, it was I replace all of the in-game music with Red Vox and Hot Dad because they both are cool with people using their music on stuff like streams and YouTube. Right, time to save the game real quick while James panics because because the one person that has been watching his mime act is giving birth. like quite a what a thing to happen on your first day as a mime. You know, you're just out here at the park doing your mime thing. You have exactly one audience member, and your act gets disrupted because she goes into labor. And meanwhile, while it's happening, Tired of Love by Redbox is playing on the loudspeakers in the background. Which, I mean, hey, could be a weirder song. You know, could be between the cheeks. Quentin, you need to work on de-stressing. So you can hopefully go and do some inventing, because I get the feeling that you're gonna say, oh, I'm in too bad of a mood. I can't invent right now.
Sabood.
Unfortunately, the one thing that he seems to have for entertainment is phone. And he only uses that very briefly. Also, I'm not even entirely sure if it's actually doing anything for his fun need. You know, maybe you should go down to the festival or something and have some fun there. You know, a lot of these objects are probably gonna be more fun than just briefly scrolling on the internet on his phone for a few minutes. I get the feeling that he's just not gonna get any venting done today. unless I can just make him do it despite his
Dog. Shamo. Donsky.
the fact that he's not having any fun. He might just have to take leisure day to actually, you know, do some leisure rather than working on inventing.
Oh.
Okay, let's get real quick. Red career is 0, so guess we've still got plenty of time. Waiting for James to continue miming for tips. We're nearing the end of, like, basically, really, my goal in terms of number of days played through tonight, it's really more like 4 and a few hours. Because it was already pretty late in the day when I loaded the game up. But basically, you know, my goal in terms of amount of in-game time that we get through is just to get Quentin up to having 5 days left before he ages up. Since when I loaded the game, maybe he was at 10. See, can you maybe call Quentin at a time when he's not trying to go to sleep? Like, I mean, good on you for calling like 3 hours before you did the last time. But still not a great time because as Quentin's trying to go home and sleep. He does not have the time nor the energy to go hang out at your place. And honestly, seems almost like he might not be that into her. Like, it might have just been like a brief thing at prom. Because the only wish he's had related to her is to just become good friends. gonna have to have a birthday tomorrow. As James is becoming an elder. You might as well not even answer your phone because you still have fresh cookies he's for sale slotted as your one unskilled skill opportunity. And you're not allowed to complete any career opportunities. Alright, so now my lost sneeze count is up to 3. Maybe we should spend some of this money that we've got to finish with the laundry room. Well, we weren't able to get really finished, but at least we were able to get a door on it, so no more unfinished room debuff of constantly. Of course, we are down to 13 simoleons now. Because we also bought a birthday cake.
Corbin Kratz. Ah.
Badoog!
But that was not... That time turning my microphone off wasn't even for a sneeze, that was just to blow my nose.
Zoob Jahani Moth. Billbots in
It
these.
can just be a little less intense.
Libwen Kaladi. Fadajado Bolibiza.
Bonshu Mazie.
Password a little bit. Let's just go ahead and get this birthday going. That old Bones Rolsevich can truly, it can be true to his name.
Orbit femur.
Woo! Barbie Geen! Woo! Zamji Wardu! Bargy Nord!
Doran,
Super Ferdy!
Fergal, dude.
Here's an interesting thing. Yeah, no, you're not retiring right now. Unfortunately, like, because the challenge for this generation doesn't have like a set end goal. Technically, it doesn't matter too terribly much when James passes on, other than like, you know, we'll lose the income he provides. I will be right back. I am back, and clearly I need to just make sure not to put glasses up on the shelf above my desk, because I keep forgetting that I put them up there. Whereas I just spent the last few minutes like, you know, I need more water. I should, but where's my glass? And it was just above my head. Like I went out into the kitchen, like, did I take it out here for some reason? No. It was above my head. If you're not even tired. Well, maybe you're a little tired, but you can go mime. And since he hasn't worked at all on inventing this entire stream, let's send Quentin off to the junkyard to go invent some stuff. Now that's leisure day. Well, James slowly walks on over to the park to start miming. I mean, for the day, which he shaved When he became old, he shaved. Maybe for some reason.
That was also.
This is gonna be quite a lot to keep up with. Like Davis is probably gonna spend most of the day just kind of doing whatever. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to keep flipping back between 3 different lots. Just to make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be. Oh nice, you made another worthless piece of junk. Good for you. Now get back to smashing your thumb. Didn't Paula just move in with Stanley? Like yesterday? And now she's leaving? It was just like, can't blame her, he probably gave her my old room. My old room that was barely large enough to fit my bed. Oh, he's doing this particular trick at a different angle this time. He also succeeded this time, instead of falling on his ass. He seems to be doing better at all of his mime tricks. Except for this one. In this one, he still sneezes. I think that might have just been maybe the completion of the upgrade to the stove. Yeah, because now it's
Chambligo? Jawa?
Evacar Bronc.
Really, like, I'm not entirely certain that inventions can even blow up on public lots. Because, you know, that could be a bit of a hazard, because Sims could start inventing autonomously. And then if there's no autonomy for Sims to put others or even themselves out, then I guess the unlucky would-be inventors are just gonna die. I think this might actually be... Holy f... Got an opportunity to make some money. Yay, Quentin made another worthless piece of garbage.
Nizzle Blair.
But hey, at least he's gotten up to level 4 of inventing skill. So only 2 more to go. Oh, to reach my goal for the night.
No!
Zoob.
Ow!
I think this might... It's possible that this may be like the one job that James actually manages to... Is it to hit level 5 at? Just because it's based on the amount of tips he receives when he levels up. Granted, if he doesn't gain enough, he doesn't get enough tips before he gains his second level of the acrobat skill. Because he should be gaining acrobat skill while he does this. In fact, he is. He is at level 1. So there's I would say, pretty good chance that he'll reach sort of his skill cap before he reaches level 5. Which is actually kind of good, because that means that he'll actually receive the stipend. Because if he reaches level 5 too fast, then he'll be moving on to his next job. Before Sunday. So I just realized I somehow was not in the Sims 3 category this entire time. In fact, I don't even know what category I was counted as being in. Because OBS didn't even list one. Supposed to be talking to a specific guy, not looking at art.
Courtney. Calypso.
Is the guy even here anymore? Doesn't seem like he is. He's probably gotta go meet him at his house or something. Nope, he's gotta go to the pool. To talk to this guy about technology. To convince him that it's great. Alright, how about you start performing for maybe for tips again? Talk to the man. Don't relax on some lounge chair.
Was du Kiebus Wang Zailai? Yonder.
Quindi, mujibu.
Me. Brooks. Oboja. Obulawe. Nina.
Biber Tulan. Sidi no.
Barnaby. Ed Horn. Flogo. Estuwa.
Bubat.
Sobblegum so tea.
Now see, was that so hard? And you even got 250 simoleons for it. Still at level 1, so still got some time. You know, you're not doing that because it's an opportunity. Hey, he at least increases stipend. He's fatigued now because probably because he keeps falling on his back. He's still at level 1 under the acrobat skill, so Brendan should probably just head home because He is tired, and he is lonely, and he is smelly. And now he's also wet. Murray's not gonna get any more work done on the inventing skill. Well, because he's got school and work, but at least over the weekend he'll be able to plenty of time to work on it. I might. I might just have it be that James only does phone for tips and not actually doing any gigs, and that could be part of what makes his career idle. Maybe we can. There we go. We've got a finished laundry room. Maybe even start working on possibly a bed and possibly like an upstairs area where we can put some of these bedrooms. But for now, it's pretty much just gonna have to be one wall. All because that's all we have the money for. It's like one, maybe two wall sections. James sure likes this chair. Like even though there's a perfectly good chair inside, he's still opting for this one. Guess he likes to eat outside for some reason. Maybe his childhood caused him to develop an aversion to being in a restricted space for too long. Even though this isn't particularly small. They should probably just go to bed, dude, since you're exhausted at this point. Hey, that just changing out of those clothes actually took care of your stink. Now it's time to fast forward through the night once again. We've got a phone call. Could be an opportunity. Nope. In fact, not an opportunity, so...
Oh, Dabito!
Well, we can just have Davis go right back to bed. And we can go back to fast forwarding. I get the feeling that yeah, I'm gonna end the season either when Quentin becomes a young adult, or when he manages to invent a particular invention that is available at level 9 of the inventing skill. Well, whichever happens last. I get the feeling that it's probably going to be the level 9 inventing skill. Well, he's kind of getting to be about halfway there. So he might manage it at least close to the same time. Especially with 2 whole days they can spend pretty much all of inventing. Staying outside of the time spent taking care of his needs.
Oh, Jibwub.
If you're gonna gather the laundry, how about you actually do the laundry? Especially now that it doesn't cost us 40 simoleons each time. Oh, we should probably... Yeah, our laundry room's only complete on the inside. Well, at least the external wall covering was free. You know, maybe I'll just shoot for like level 5 inventing tonight. It doesn't mean that I'll have to get a whole 4 levels next stream. Aim for that to count as the finale for the season. Which, I mean, if we get really close, could just do like a short, almost sort of season epilogue. Before getting into the first part of the summerthon. Quit. Instead, he managed to have a fulfilling enough conversation with his bed and this fish. You know, this statue of a fish, not even an actual fish, but a statue of a fish. Not completely, but to significantly fill his social need. Yeah, no, I'm not using Simport. I have my doubts that Simport is even an option anymore, considering that requires connecting to a server that EA set up for the game. Hey, now that he's no longer lonely, he can then just work on his homework. And I'm gonna let James wait until he's no longer sore before sending him out to perform for tips again.
Mommy.
Well, lost sneeze count is up to 4. Well, guess we don't have to worry about, or at the very least, fairly soon you won't have to worry about any of our plumbing fixtures breaking it thing again. 'Cause all we have to do now is have James fix them once. They will never break again. Which means he should be the one to unclog the toilet. Eh. All the opportunity is going to give us a bump to Quentin's grades, and we barely care about those, so... Right, Davis, I need you to not set the kitchen on fire this time. Especially since these people, they're just sort of out here, might just come running in. He's burning the pancakes, but not the kitchen, so... Oh, that's a vast improvement. Actually, he didn't even burn them. He seemed to get a little frustrated with them, but he did not burn them. I think I may have to adjust the coffee house a little bit somehow. Because the proprietor keeps having issues with his routing. You know, that could be a big issue if in a later generation we have another performer. Right, by the time he gets over to the park, he's probably gonna be fine. And so let's get him just walking over there. There, because he's got less than an hour left on his sore moodlet. And it takes him a while to wander on over there. And it's almost done with school, but you know, he's got not work at 6, so no time for inventing today. Yeah, he's not actually gonna have all day Saturday and Sunday either. He's only gonna have until 6 p.m. But, you know, that's more time than he usually has. Yes, I'm sure he'll be able to get a level or two in inventing then. It's seemingly taken seems like 2 hours to just and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, the problem with drinking more fluids is because I have a cold. Is I also have to use the bathroom more often, and not unlike, and this is one of the big things that stuck with me from taking a world history class. Is that the Soviet army during the early part of World War II. Because like that was their big weakness early on, was their need to piss. This is because they were apparently malnourished. Hi Nico, Scorpy, how are you doing? James now has new tricks that he can do. He's still only level 1 in the acrobat skill, so I think it might be that tricks are unlocked with levels in the career, whereas skill is more about how well you can actually perform the tricks. He no longer wears a mime outfit because he's not just miming anymore, or he's juggling now. So now he's got this leotard. Yeah, you know what? We can promise a wish to reach level 4 on the off chance that he actually manages to do that without. No, first, is hitting level 2 of the acrobat skill. Admittedly, his act is a lot cooler now. Because before he was just miming, but you know, now he's juggling swords. Not bad for just gaining 1 level in his career. Or maybe he'll even get better tips now. Which, honestly, part of what makes his act cooler is just that he's not wearing the corny mime outfit anymore. Well, he's still managing to fall over and hit his titular old bones. Bones on the concrete. He's actually pretty good at juggling. Meaning, like, he has yet to fail at juggling at all. All which is interesting because this is clearly much more advanced than just miming. Yeah, he goes from juggling fire batons to failing to pierce his own imaginary fairy barrier. It's like he might just be a bad mime, but a terrific juggler. He seems to be attracting a bigger crowd than before. There he goes again, slamming himself on the ground and hurting his old bones. He's actually making pretty good money. Despite his failures. I'm not even gonna worry about checking his level of the acrobat skill until he's done. I understand you, but my writing is not good. Is it okay if I use Google Translate? Yeah. I mean, like, from what I've seen, like, Google Translate has actually improved quite a fair bit, and your messages seem to be coherent so far. Yeah, we got 128 simoleons and tips. Yeah, so definitely making some decent money. Be better than... I do have a supernatural sim because Davis is a fairy. The Millie, it's not really much of the focus because he's just kind of here to fulfill one of the parts of the challenge, and because I have to have a helper that is not romantically involved with my current generation heir. So yeah, I just moved Davis in because they're cousins. I think James is walking all the way over. He's probably not gonna be home until like the wee hours of the morning because he was out performing so late. Just gotta hope he doesn't pass out on the sidewalk somewhere. Okay, by packages, I assume... based on your example, I assume packages means expansions. And yeah, I actually got to all of the expansion packs for this game. And I usually play with literally all of them enabled, but because I'm only because the random legacy challenge and has restrictions on what careers particularly I'm using. I opted to start this challenge with just the bare minimum expansions. Plus, when you play with all of the expansions enabled, you can kind of... it can kind of be taxing on your machine, so... it also helped to build up... using more and more of the expansions, and just to make sure that my computer can handle both running the game with all that content and the streaming software. Now we get to fast forward through the night because everybody's sleeping. So we've reached one of my two goals for tonight. Hey, as Quentin is up to his only 5 days he's left before his birthday. Should probably fix this wallpaper because it's been same wall covering as the outside wall this entire time instead of actual wallpaper. Right, it's Saturday, so
Oh, Sabata!
Oh, Dabito!
Netnar.
so Quentin doesn't have school. Also, once he's done talking to Sadie, he can eat breakfast and then head off to the junkyard to work on his inventing.
Oh, Sabata!
Yep, we can work on building the upstairs area a bit more. Yes, Sadie especially seems to like calling at just the worst possible times. Because, like, the first time she called, it's like, it's like midnight. She's like, hey, you want to go out on a date on this school night? I was like, no. Quentin's trying to sleep. Plus, you know, that would be breaking curfew. Okay, let's have James fix the sink so that it never breaks again because he's got the plumber challenge completed, so... but he needs to eat first.
Ooh, Tifalur! Huh? Ziba.
Quentin should probably go shower because he's getting a little grungy.
Okay, Yarbo.
Zopitaniha, Zopinika, Zopitanina, Wasami pa, Konika. La 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 la.
Yeah, once he's done eating breakfast, then we'll have him repair the sink. And, you know, he's gonna want to wash his plate, but he can't because the only sink is broken. Because unfortunately, our tiny little bathroom doesn't have room for a bathroom sink. I guess we could expand it at some point. Uh-oh, I think the game might be crashing. Yep. I've done a Sims challenge. In fact, like this stream is part of a Sims challenge. It's called the Random Legacy Challenge. And where basically you have a set of roles that you do of random number roles that you do each generation, and that defines things like what career your heir gets to have. have the number of children they'll have, and a couple challenges that will last for the generation. It's like, for instance, for this generation, I rolled. Actually, this current generation, then I've got to limit of one child. Well, one of the two adults in the household is always going to be unemployed, whereas James is a job hopper, meaning that he's bouncing between careers, either at the end of each week or when he reaches level 5, whichever happens first. But I also rolled the idle career challenge, and so he can't and like do anything to actively gain skills to work on his career other than what he inherently gains, up to 2 levels that have to be inherently gained from doing the job. That's why I have to check his acrobat skill level from time to time, just to make sure that he hasn't surpassed level 2. Or actually reached level 2. Because once he hits level 2, he can't and perform for tips anymore. I guess we'll find out what point I was at when I last saved. If it turns out to be too far back, I might just switch over to doing something else for the next 20 minutes or so, because I usually only stream for 3 hours. And we're currently at the 2 hours and 40 minutes mark, or thereabouts. I gotta wait for the game to finish loading first before I can actually find out what the status of things is. Why do I get the feeling that this might be the return of an old bug that causes the game to not fully load? I think that usually was a thing on the main menu, though. Yeah, there we go. Well, it looks like we're done loading. Yeah, I think that's just gonna be it for Sims 3 tonight, because we're gonna have to go all the way through all of Friday again. Well, most of Friday. Hey, so Dawn is 2:55 in the morning for you? Anyway, hey, nice to meet you too. Who, Nico? Oh, you're from Brazil. Oh, okay. I'm from the U.S., more specifically North Carolina. Like we're actually on the same time zone. Because it's 2:57 for me. It's just still quite dark out. I think actually I completely forgot to switch back to the scene to show the game, so I guess I'll just do like Balatro setup or something. Waiting for these next